What's up, Lash fam? Welcome back, you guys, to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be reacting to my last tutorial video using our pre-made fans. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about me reacting to these videos. I get to go into detail a little bit more about what's going on in those videos and just show you guys in detail the products that I'm using and how you guys can also create a set just like that. So we're going to jump right into the video. I'm excited. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Let's jump in. What's up, Lash fam? Welcome back, you guys, to another YouTube video. Today I'm so excited because we are finally getting to do a tutorial using our pre-made lashes, which you guys have been requesting. I forwarded the video to 1 minute and 7 seconds where I actually start prepping the client. In this video, I'm using my 3M foam tape, which I use in all of my videos on all my clients. This tape is one of my favorites for multiple reasons. One, it doesn't move on the client's eyes, so once it's placed there, it's not gonna shift. It's not gonna go into the client's eye. It just stays in place. It's a thick tape, so it really like holds. And if you ever apply pressure with your tweezer, it's gonna add extra padding on there. So I use these instead of traditional tape, and you guys always ask about this tape, so we'll definitely leave it in the comments or in the description below so you guys can grab some for yourself.
Glue in your hair. No, you didn't. Oh, no, you're a liar. Bro.
Cass is my assistant, you guys. You guys probably talked to her if you've ever ordered product from us. She's also my sister, so we like to play and joke a little bit. But if you see in the video, I already have my glue dispensed, and I do that because when your glue is in the bottle, it's going to adjust to that temperature in the bottle. So we want to expose it to the air and the environment that you're in your lash room. So letting it kind of adjust, just always dispense your glue like 5 minutes before you're lashing. I do it while I'm prepping. That way, by the time I'm ready to lash, it's already been kind of adjusted to where I am in my lash room. So little tip on your glue on how to make it work at optimal levels, just do that first.
Not the time.
All right. So here,
these
we're using our pre-made lashes, you guys. These are new. They are very thin base. They come in like a huge pack, so you get a lot for your money. And I think I used like 1 strip on her for just this set, so you're gonna get a lot out of them. They are 8D fans, 0.05s. I believe I used D-curl on her. And you gotta remember, when you're using pre-made lashes, you wanna lash as many of the natural lashes as you can. Lash all the healthy lashes on your client's eye, because with pre-made fans, obviously you can't make bigger fans than what they are. So you wanna make sure you get as much coverage as possible. Our 8Ds, and I actually wanted to use 10Ds on her, but we don't have them in stock right now, but you guys can shop these on LBK. So what are pre-mades are good for anybody who is a beginner in lashing, volume lashing, or maybe a lot of people ask.
All right, so these are.
A lot of people ask who should use pre-made lashes. Is it cheating? Things like that. Pre-made fans are good for a lot of people who maybe are learning volume but don't know it yet, and their clientele wants it. I don't think there's anything wrong with pre-made lashes. They get the job done. They make really good sets. It's really just about how fast you want to move. Some people do it who are experienced just because it's easier. There's no right or wrong, guys. Whatever is easier for you. Fans are sometimes really hard to make, so pre-made lashes are good for anyone who just wants to work really quickly. They're super consistent. The cool thing with ours is they're really thin at the base, so you're not going to find any like really thick base pre-mades with our line, so we like to keep ours really thin. So what's cool is so originally when pre-mades came out, they were very like thick base, chunky base lashes, so I think they got like a bad rep. They are now new and improved, you guys. The lash industry is really evolving a lot with the products, and so you can get really, really thin base pre-made fans, and that was the problem originally with pre-mades, was they were just too thick. They were causing damage. They almost look like clustered lashes. But like I said, now there are a lot more options out there. So if you are looking for pre-mades, or you've ever used pre-mades, you want to make sure that you find a brand that has really thin thin bases. So needle-like bases, very narrow, things like that. just remember to do research on your brands and on your product before buying it. Usually cheap stuff is gonna be cheap. So you wanna definitely invest in good product for your clientele, making sure you're just not causing any more damage. Like our lashes, they are very thin at the base, so they're not gonna cause any issues for your clientele. You do also just wanna make sure that when you use Premades, that your clients' lashes are healthy enough for them, because like I said, you cannot change them at all. They are what they are. You can take away lashes, but you can't add any to them. So I want to find any like really thick base Premades with our line, so we like to keep ours really thin. So what's cool is you just pick them up off the strips. I like to drop it back down just a little bit and just make it like a little bit wider. I like mine. So obviously they're all going to look the same. I like to drop them back down and widen them just a little bit. You don't have to do that. It's just personally what I like to do. I like the outcome of it a little bit better, but you can literally just pick these up and go. I, as you can see here in the video, just fan them out a little bit wider sometimes, but they're pretty wide and they're pretty thin, so
super wide.
They're easy, really easy to work with.
You literally just isolate and go. They're super easy. And these are our 8D 0.05s. So when you pick which size fans you're going to use, like if you're going to use an 8D tray, you just need to make sure that your client's lashes obviously are strong enough to hold something like that.
Yep, so same thing with classic lashes, you guys, when you're picking your diameter, 12, 15. Same thing you want to check with your volume Premades, just to make sure that the client's natural lashes are healthy enough. I've said that already. But really that's it. And with Premades, you're not creating a fan, you're picking up and you're placing them on, similar to classic lashes, picking up and applying. Isolation is going to be the biggest thing that you want to just make sure that you guys are isolating very cleanly, one lash, one extension, and never applying multiple onto one natural lash.
Alright, so I'm going to do these in sections. I'm going to do her 13 first on both eyes, and then I'll hit the inner corners with her 11.
So the reason why I do them in sections is because, well, one, for me, that's just like how my brain works. I like to focus on one area of the eye and not, you know, just like everything has to be uniform for me. So I always start in the midsection of the eye. You can see that I'm doing that here in the video. I'll do both her middle sections on each eye, and then I will go onto her inner and outer corners. The reason I do that is because what I learned in the beginning is to do inner and outer corners first, but it never really made sense to me like why people do that. Once you lash the midsection of the eye, you're able to use your tape to pull out those inner and outer corners. When there's no lashes on those inner and outer corners and using your tape, it's going to be a lot harder. So doing your midsection first and then tackling the inner and outer corners is going to help you guys a lot, especially if you're using that tape to help you guys pull out those inner and outer corners. So, and the midsection is always the easiest to lash. So if you guys can knock that part out first and then hit your inner and outer corners, you're going to see your sets move a lot faster. So that's what I'm going to do here on her.
Go a little bit quicker.
Now, guys, when you're volume lashing, obviously it's a little different than classic lashes. With classic lashes, you can use both tweezers to kind of help you isolate. You want to use your finger, your pinky, I call it the pinky method, but you use your pinky to help move those lashes out of the way because you already have a lash in your tweezer. So using your tweezers, your tools, your fingers, things like that to help you guys isolate, it's going to be the best way to make that process a little bit easier for you guys. So you'll notice in here, I'm always using my pinky to move lashes out of the way. Alright, so we're going to hit her middle section, and then I'm going to go back through, take off the tape, and individually tape her because just the way her eyes are set makes it a little bit harder to do her inner corner, so I'm going to actually do those last. So whether you decide to do it first or last, it's pretty much preference, but I like to do it last. Now on Cass here, we're doing the doll eye. So we do the longest lengths in the middle of her eye, and then it gets shorter on inner and outer corners. So right now I'm just tackling her longest lengths, which is her midsection with her 13s. And working in sections, you guys, kind of helps. Like for me, I get overwhelmed. Like if I see too much going on in one, like if I look at the whole eye, I get too overwhelmed. So focusing on sections of the eye kind of helps me focus and get it done a little bit quicker, because I do get really overwhelmed if I have to lash the whole eye, especially when you feel like you're under time pressure. So slow down and sectioning off the eye will help you kind of just focus more and get it done quicker. Now on her, I'm doing, I apply underneath on her. Sometimes I'll do on top, but mostly it's underneath. Her lashes have a little curl to them. So if you notice, if you have somebody with a little bit curly of a lash or any kind of curl to a lash, applying underneath is going to be a lot easier than dropping it on top. So you'll notice when I dip into my glue, I wipe the back of it off on the rim. That's because I'm coming from underneath, so I want all my glue on the top part of that extension and not the back, and then I come and apply it from the bottom. And it doesn't matter if you apply underneath or on top, it's really just what bonds the best. So here I'll do both, but mostly underneath. Another thing is, I always talk about time, like don't worry about time, really just focus on lashing 100% of those lashes. There is a huge like statistic that you have to lash in a certain amount of time, which I think is ridiculous. If you guys are able to slow down and lash as many lashes as possible without the pressure of, you know, how long it's taking you, you guys are gonna see a big difference in your lash game. So really slow down and just focus on the work you're doing and not really the time or the speed.
All right, so we're gonna hit her middle section, and then I'm gonna go back through, take off the tape, and individually tape her, because just the way her eyes are set makes it a little bit harder to do her inner corner, so I'm gonna actually do those last.
So Cass has deep set eyes, so anybody who has deep set eyes, this tape is a little bit thicker, so what it's gonna do, it's gonna push up those natural lashes, so it's gonna be harder to lash any inner corner or outer corner. So another reason why I lash inner and outer corners last is due to this reason. After I've lashed all of her lashes, obviously as many as I can, I'm gonna remove the tape, and then I will place paper tape in the inner corners and outer corners. Paper tape is really thin, so you're able to see those inner and outer corners a lot better. So it's just another strategy, tactic that I use to kind of help my process move a little faster. Okay, so I use Seal the Deal. Now there's other options. You guys can use nano misters, things like that. Basically, it's just something to lock in that glue. So like I said, our glue dries from the outside in, which means our glue is still wet on the outside. So taking something to seal that in at the end is just gonna lock in that glue a lot stronger. You're gonna have better retention, things like that. So we're gonna use Seal the Deal here.
Show you guys the end result stitches. Alright, so these are her 11s, 13s. These are all her 15s, and then it goes back to 11s, and then her ends are, these are 13s, and then these are 11s.
So mapping is something that really changes the look of the eye too. So you want to make sure you understand mapping. We'll do a video on how to pick the right maps, things like that, because it literally is like a whole video on it. But
I'll show you guys on her how I use it, how you guys should use it. So it comes with this, but
okay, people ask me all the time, why does it come with a mascara wand if you're not supposed to use it that way? I don't know, guys. The best way to use it is obviously with an applicator. Seal the Deal is a very strong product, and if it's used incorrectly, you guys are gonna see a lot of issues. If it's used correctly, you guys are gonna see great retention. So this video really demonstrates how to properly use it, so make sure you guys follow this.
You're gonna take a applicator like this, and I just put it in.
And you only need a really, really teeny tiny bit.
Take the excess off, because you only need a teeny tiny bit. You're gonna have your client close, and you want to make sure that you only hit the base. You don't pull it through the lashes, and you have to wait until it dries. So I just dab it.
So yeah, the key to using it, you guys, is to make sure you just dab and don't pull it into your fans. It has to stay at the base. Guys, don't brush through your lashes after you used it. Make sure you guys dry the lashes prior to brushing the lashes, because it will pull it through, closing your fans. Now when your client, if that happens and your client goes home, washes their lashes, that'll come out, but it does make the set look really bad afterwards. So don't do that. Use this product correctly. You guys will see great retention. This is how you properly do it. All right, guys, so this is the final look. We used 11s, 13s, and 15s on her. You guys can see the way that her eye is set. Her highest point is where we keep the longest lashes. So she has a doll eye done on her, which is what we always do on her. And really getting to know your client's lashes and eye shape and things
really
like that.
I'm super happy with how it looks. If you guys enjoyed the tutorial, make sure you guys drop a comment, like the video, make sure you subscribe.
So yeah, that's the tutorial, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. I'm gonna go over a couple comments with you guys, answer some questions you guys have dropped in the comments. So make sure you guys do that down below here. We will be answering any questions in the comment section down below. But let's go over a couple of them. Is there a way to use glue aid on the Premades? Also, can you reapply it, or is it only supposed to be placed on lashes one time? Okay guys, so I get this question all the time. Yes, you can add the glue mate to the pre-made fans. It's gonna just be on the base of them. Make sure you don't get it onto the actual fans themselves. And then if for any reason you feel like your glue isn't bonding quick enough, anything like that, you guys can always reapply glue mate as needed. So it can be used multiple times. Why do you apply the extension from underneath instead of on top of the natural lash? I've talked about this in the video, but again, guys, it's just whatever bonds faster. So if on Cass, or on this video specifically, she has a little bit of a curl, so I like to go underneath on some of her lashes, but on top is also fine. It really just is whatever is easiest for you. All right, guys, I'm gonna do one more and then we're gonna end the video. Okay, someone said, are these short base or long base? These are actually long base, so you'll see, and usually some of the shorter base Premades, they're gonna look like a little bit more chunky or like boxy. These are long base, so you're gonna see a very thin needle-like with the long base Premades. So make sure that you guys check out our Premade fans. They are located on our website. We'll leave it in the description below so you guys can grab some of them. We will be restocking all of them soon as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll be back.